welcome back to Magic Tutorials for Chemistry. We'll discuss the chemical properties of phenol, and phenol means the R, it will be a aryl compound, that is a benzene ring will be attached, right? Benzene ring attached to OH, that is phenol. Okay, when it is treated with HCl, at that time the CO bond breaks, the CO bond or this RO bond will break and the phenol will act as an electrophile. Okay, when phenol reacts with the carbocation, at that time the OH bond breaks and phenol will act as a nucleophile. Correct? These properties are same as the alcohols. Okay, we'll check if phenol reacts with a metal, what is formed. So we will first learn about the reactions involving the break of the cleavage of OH bond. So phenol, the first reaction, phenol OH, it reacts with the metal, that is sodium. What happens here? OH bond breaks, this bond is breaking. So what it will form? Na will attach to O. So it forms ONA, and what is left now? H is left. So I'll write as H2. Correct? So what it is forming? Sodium phenoxide. Sodium phenoxide. You can also write it as RONA. Sodium phenoxide, that means the R, it is a benzene ring. If you remember, in alcohols also we have done the same reaction, but instead of the ring it was an alkyl group. So what you are getting? Alkoxide. Here we are using the benzene ring, phenol, right? So we are getting phenoxide. Okay. So what is happening? OH bond is breaking, OH bond cleavage. Okay. Next, reaction of phenol with NaOH, a base compound. NaOH, a base compound, right? So now what will happen? Again OH bond is breaking here. O is left, Na, it is positive, OH is minus, negative, right? Negative part, positive part. So O is minus, H is positive. So positive and negative will attach, it will form water. What is left now? Benzene ring. O is there, Na is there. So what is the product formed? Again sodium phenoxide is formed. Correct? So phenol reacts with the metal sodium, it forms sodium phenoxide. Phenol reacts with a base compound, that is NaOH, it forms sodium phenoxide. Water is the byproduct. Let's move on to the next reactions of phenol. Okay. Next property, that is the acidity of phenols. So acidity of phenols, a benzene ring attached to OH, that is phenol compound. This carbon to which OH is attached, that is what? sp2 hybridized, because there is a double bond between the two carbons, right? So that carbon, it is sp2 hybridized. If the carbon is sp2 hybridized, that means that carbon, it is more electronegative. Electronegativity of carbon is more here, right? Electronegativity of carbon is more, that means oxygen to hydrogen, the polarity will increase. Now why the polarity is increasing? See, the carbon, it is sp2 hybridized. So electronegativity of that carbon is more. We know the order, right? sp, then sp2, then sp3. That is only the order, right? sp hybridized carbon will be more electronegative than sp2, than sp3. Why is it so? Because the percentage of S is more here than here than here. Correct? Percentage of S character. So sp2, it is more electronegative. Okay. So what happens? The polarity increases. Now, why the polarity is increasing? Check here. This carbon and this oxygen. Carbon is more electronegative, means carbon will try to pull the electrons from oxygen because the carbon is sp2 hybridized. Now, so the electron density on oxygen decreases. Electron density on oxygen decreases. Correct? It decreases means the polarity increases. The OH bond will be polar in nature, and polar in nature, polar bond, it is a weak bond. Polar bond, it is a weak bond. So what will happen? Weak bond means the bond between O and H can be broken very easily because it is a weak bond. So if OH bond is broken, what is released here? H will be released. O is attached to the ring, right? So H will be released. A substance which releases hydrogen, that is what? Acidic in nature. So H is released, therefore phenols are acidic in nature. Phenols are acidic in nature. Okay, fine. So what it is? The carbon to which OH group is attached, that carbon, it has a double bond. So it is sp2 hybridized, and the electron negativity of that carbon is more. Now compare C and O. The electronegativity of carbon is more means it will try to pull the electrons from oxygen. So what happens? The electron density on oxygen decreases. If it decreases means polarity will be more. Polarity is more, it increases means the polar nature is more, and the polar bond, it is always a weak bond. So easily the bond between oxygen and hydrogen can be broken and hydrogen will be released. That is the reason phenols are acidic in nature. These points you have to note it down.